Hello, Alison.
Hello, Gordon.
Thank you very much for doing this interview with LightSpeed English. Alison, what is it that you do?
My job title is ESOL coordinator. So ESOL is English for Speakers of Other Languages, and I organise lots of English classes.
Okay, and is your job a full-time job?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Full-time. Yeah.
Okay, and how many hours a week perhaps would you work?
37 hours a week is what I'm paid for, but I usually do a few more.
Okay, yeah. Do you work weekends?
No. Very occasionally maybe, but no.
Normally not.
Monday to Friday.
So I know you don't have typical days because you do lots of different things, but what would be a normal day for Alison?
Maybe come into the office about 8 o'clock, deal with some emails, maybe some urgent emails. People are often needing their certificates when they've passed their exams. We do lots of exams with students, so that might be in a typical day.
Okay.
There are one-to-one exams, often speaking exams, so each one takes about half an hour.
Okay.
May do a few of those in a day. And I usually have to go to meetings as well, management meetings.
Okay.
And then I probably leave work about 4:30, sometimes 5 o'clock.
Okay, so from 8 till 5, yeah. And what level of exams do you offer?
Well, for our very basic students, there isn't an exam they can do, so they have to get up to a level which is, we call it entry 1, but it's a beginner exam.
Okay.
And then we do lots of exams at entry 1, entry 2 and entry 3. Well, at entry 3 people can talk quite a bit, you can have a good conversation with them.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. So is entry 3 the top level?
We also have level 1 and level 2 classes, but those exams are often done externally.
Okay.
So I don't have involvement with those.
Right, okay. And so what would you say, what's the greatest challenge in your job and what's the greatest satisfaction?
I actually like doing exams. It's great meeting people and hearing. They have to talk about something, say, an interesting journey that they've been on. So you hear some great stories and find out all sorts of things about people. So I enjoy that. That's really good. It's lovely seeing people happy in their classes, enjoying what they do and getting better, passing exams, and just the variety of it and meeting people from all over the world. Sure. I find out something new every day, I think. Find out something about another country or some food from another country or something, something new every day.
And what would you say was a challenge?
It's a very busy department. We have about 500 learners a year,
right? And
a lot of them come on one course and then they come back. So there's a lot of coming and going and taking exams, getting certificates for them, and it's very busy. And we also have there's a lot of tutors. So there's about 20 tutors who I have to make sure everyone's got what they need and everyone's happy and doing well in their work. Sure. Yeah.
And one thing that we've noticed over the time in kind of education in the UK is that paperwork, the levels of paperwork have been steadily increasing.
Yes.
What percentage of your time do you think you spend on paperwork?
That's a good question. I don't know, maybe 25%.
25% paperwork,
but it's very hard to separate the paperwork from other things like helping people. But yes, you're right. Paperwork is everywhere, and everything has to be tracked. You have to say you have to justify everything that you're doing because we get a lot of money from the government to run these classes. So it's sort of fair. Sure.
Okay. All right. So on a personal note, then, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you like to do?
I love walking. I have a dog, and I do quite a lot of walking. Not up huge mountains and hills and things, but just something every day.
Right.
So it's a great way to wind down after a day of busy in the office. Go home and go for a nice walk. I don't mind if it's raining or snowing or
Sure.
anything. Just get out there and walk, and all the thoughts can sort of disappear.
Yeah. Having a dog is great for forcing you to walk as well,
Yes,
isn't it?
yeah. She doesn't like it if she doesn't have a walk, so it makes me go out.
Okay, and what about your food preferences, Alison? I know that you're not a typical eater, are you?
No, I'm a vegetarian, and actually for years I was vegan. I've very slightly lapsed, just because occasionally when you're out and about, it's almost rude not to eat something somebody's made specially or offers you. And just when you're busy and out, you need to eat, otherwise you can feel quite ill. So very occasionally I have things that are non-vegan, but so vegan is not eating any animal products at all.
Okay. And how do you find that diet to manage at home? Is that something you can manage quite easily?
Very easily, yeah. It's not something I even think about, because I've been doing it for years and years, so it's just second nature to me. Yeah.
Okay.
And I make lovely food. It's really nice.
Do you?
Yes.
And that's important as well. That it tastes nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I'm very interested in food.
Sure. I know certainly in Spain that there's a perception that vegans and vegetarians are undernourished because there is a tendency, if you don't work at it, that you end up not eating very good food.
Yeah. Well, I think you do have to work at it, but I like cooking, and it's something that interests me, and I think I'm always thinking about what the next meal might be.
Absolutely, yeah. And food's important, isn't it? Yeah. And so, what would you? What are your real motivations behind being a vegetarian or stroke vegan?
Animals and how they're treated. But it's also a very healthy way to live as well. So that's something that I think originally it was animals that drove it. And my family are vegetarians as well. My parents are.
Yeah.
So I was brought up from the age of about 8 as a vegetarian, and then sort of went a bit further in early 20s.
Sure.
So it's something that my family brought me up doing, but I think the health side is really important.
Sure.
More so now, yeah.
Okay, well that's excellent. Well, thank you very much for that. That was really nice. Thank you. And we'll see you again.
Yep,
Bye-bye now.
See you again. Bye-bye.